Is the Homework Guy car buying service really worth it? Our clients answer the question. Every week, someone asks me the same question. Kevin, is your car buying service really worth the money? And you know what? That's a completely fair question because the internet is full of people making promises. Everybody claims they're the best. Everybody says they'll save you money. Everybody says they'll care about the customer. But here's the truth. It doesn't matter what I say. It doesn't matter what Liz says. It doesn't matter what our coaches say. The only opinion that matters is the opinion of the people who have trusted us with one of the biggest purchases they'll ever make. So today, we're doing something a little different. Instead of telling you why we believe in our service, we're going to talk about what our clients have consistently said after their deals were finished. And you can at any time go and read our Google reviews. Before we get started, if you're shopping for a vehicle right now and you're tired of dealership games, hidden fees, confusing paperwork, and endless negotiations, our teams help buyers all across the United States. We compare dealerships, negotiate written out-the-door prices, and help protect our clients throughout the buying process. If that sounds like something you'd like help with, click the red button on our website, thehomeworkguy.com, right after this video. Now, let's hear what our clients have been saying. Elizabeth?
Well, the first thing we noticed, it wasn't the money. I expected people to talk about saving money, and many of them absolutely did. Some talked about saving thousands of dollars. Others talked about avoiding the unnecessary dealer add-ons, junk fees. Others simply said the service paid for itself. But what surprised me was something else. Over and over and over again, people talked about peace of mind. That's not something you can technically put a price tag on. Buying a vehicle is stressful. It's often the second largest purchase a family will ever make. People worry about paying too much because they often do it on their own. They worry about being pressured. They worry about signing something they don't understand. And one of the most common themes in our reviews is that the process simply felt calmer. Many clients described the experience as hassle-free and appreciated not having to negotiate with dealerships directly themselves. For many, that's a huge plus.
The second thing that stood out for us, people kept mentioning our coaches. Now, we do have a fantastic coaching team. Coach Van, Coach Michelle, Coach John, Coach Mark, Coach Peter, Coach Kelburn, and others. And while every coach has a different personality, the compliments sounded remarkably similar. Responsive, patient, knowledgeable, professional, great communication. Now think about that for a moment. Nobody has ever said, I wish they had communicated just a little bit less. Communication matters. Well, when you're spending $30,000, $50,000, or even $80,000 on a vehicle purchase, you want someone who's actually there when you have questions. The theme appears again and again in our client feedback.
Then I started seeing another pattern. People kept saying, I was skeptical. Honestly, I love to hear that. Not because I want people to doubt us, but because healthy skepticism is smart. You should ask questions. You should do your homework. You should read reviews. You should compare services. Several reviewers openly admitted they weren't sure about hiring us at first, but said the experience changed their minds once they saw the process and the results.
Talk about a skeptic. One of the car buyers we had, his name was Eddie from the state of Michigan, and he told me, I doubt you can save me any money on his truck he was wanting to buy. He turned out to be one of the biggest tippers because our coaches saved him so dang much money on his vehicle purchase.
That's right.
Now, here's something else that really caught my attention. Many people didn't just say they saved me money. They explained why. Some appreciated having multiple dealerships competing for their business. Others liked receiving written out-the-door pricing instead of vague verbal promises. Others appreciated having someone recognize unnecessary fees before they turned into expensive mistakes. That's exactly how we approach every negotiation. We rely on preparation. We ask the right questions. We compare multiple offers. We remove emotion from the process. And we negotiate from facts instead of pressure.
Let me say something important right here. We are not miracle workers. If a vehicle is selling the day it arrives, there may not be thousands of dollars in savings available. Supply and demand still matters to the car business. If the dealership has 10 people waiting to buy the same vehicle, they don't have much reason to discount it. And that's exactly why experience matters. Sometimes success isn't measured only by how much money was saved on the vehicle price. Sometimes success means avoiding thousands of dollars in unnecessary products. Sometimes it means preventing someone from losing money when they trade a vehicle in. Sometimes it means recognizing that the dealership's today-only deal wasn't really today-only. Sometimes success means helping a client walk away from a bad deal entirely. Those victories don't always make headlines, but they do save real people real money.
Here's another thing people talk about: time. Most people don't have hours to spend calling dealerships, following up, negotiating, comparing offers, reading contracts, reviewing fees. Many of our clients simply wanted somebody else to handle those conversations. One reviewer talked about how multiple dealerships were negotiated with on their behalf. Another appreciated not having to chase inventory or pricing. Another simply said the process was smooth from beginning to end. That's valuable because time has value too.
You know what I didn't see very often? People bragging. Instead, they simply talked about confidence. Confidence that they weren't being taken advantage of. Confidence that someone was looking over the paperwork. Confidence that they weren't walking into the finance office alone. That's really what this service is about. It's not just negotiating. It's having someone in your corner who understands how dealerships operate. Someone who's seen the games before, someone who's negotiated hundreds or thousands of vehicle purchases.
There's something else I never saw coming, and this one honestly surprised me. When we first launched our car buying service, I figured people would either be happy or unhappy. I expected reviews. I expected thank you emails. What I never expected was what started happening with our coaches. Here's how our billing works. Clients make their initial 2 payments directly to the homework guy, and we pay our coaches out of that. But then, when the job is complete, the final $200 payment is billed directly by the coach who worked with that client. We set it up that way because we wanted clients to know exactly who they were working with and to have a direct relationship with their coach. What happened next completely caught me off guard. Clients started leaving tips. Not $5, not $10, but big dollars. Many times they tipped in the hundreds of dollars. There have been several $400 to $600 tips. I know there's an $800 tip out there, and even one customer tipped $1,000. That's doubling the cost of the service. Some of those tips were incredibly generous, and here's the important part. No one ever asked them to do it. There was never a prompt. It didn't even come to mind for me. I had never said, make sure you tip your coach. There was never a request. There was never any expectation whatsoever. People simply felt that their coach had gone above and beyond. To me, that's one of the strongest compliments a person can receive. Now think about it. When was the last time you voluntarily tipped someone hundreds of dollars after they already completed the job? People don't do that because they have to. They do it because they genuinely feel someone made a meaningful difference. As the founder of this company, that has been one of the most rewarding things I have ever witnessed. Not because of the money. The coaches certainly appreciate it, and they deserve every single penny, but because it tells me something much bigger about our service. I love the fact that our coaches get tipped because it tells me that our clients aren't just satisfied. Many of them are genuinely grateful for the experience they had, and they are happy to pay even more. I would have never believed that that would happen. But that's exactly the kind of culture, the quality of service that we have tried to build from day one here on the Homework Guy Show.
Now let me share something personal. We've spent years exposing dealership tactics on this channel. Millions of people have watched these videos, and we're incredibly grateful. But here's the reality. Watching YouTube videos doesn't automatically make someone comfortable negotiating a major purchase. Knowledge helps, but experience helps even more. That's why our coaching team exists. Some people enjoy negotiating. Great, I say go do it. And sincerely hope that you do get that outstanding deal. But many people don't. They'd rather have someone else handle it, and there's nothing wrong with that.
There's one final pattern that I want to talk about. Recommendations. When someone says, I'd use them again, or I already recommended them to friends and family. That's one of the highest compliments a business can receive because recommendations can't be bought. They're earned, one customer at a time, one negotiation at a time, one successful purchase at a time. So, is our car buying service really worth it? I'm not really the right person to answer that. I'm the founder of the organization, after all. Of course I believe in it. Liz believes in it too. Our coaches believe in it. But after reading through hundreds of client reviews, I've noticed something. People weren't celebrating us. They were celebrating how they felt. Less stressed, more confident, better informed, protected, respected. That's what matters. When we save someone thousands of dollars, that's wonderful. When we help someone avoid unnecessary fees and cut add-ons, that's awesome too. But when we give someone confidence during one of the largest financial decisions they'll make, I think that's every bit as important too. Peace of mind does matter. So if you're planning to buy a vehicle and you like experienced professionals negotiating in your corner, we'd love the opportunity to earn your trust. Visit our website, click the big red button on the homepage, and let our team go to work for you. We'll compare dealerships, we'll negotiate the written out-the-door pricing, help identify unnecessary fees, review your options, and work hard to make sure your next vehicle purchase is one you can feel good about. If you've already used our service, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Tell everyone what your experience was like. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. I'm Kevin Hunter, the Homework Guy. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.